In the last lecture, we have discussed in detail the IEEE 802.3 CSMA-CD protocol and one popular implementation that is based on CSMA-CD, the Ethernet. Ethernet has been found to be very popular in office and academic environments. But at the time of development of this standard, several companies like General Motors and some other companies who are interested in office automation, factory automation, they were very strong reservation. They had strong reservation about this CSMA-CD protocol or Ethernet. Some of the reasons for their reservation are: number one, CSMA-CD is a probabilistic protocol. In other words, a station which wants to send data may get access after an unbounded time. As you have seen, each and every station is given fair chance to get access of the medium. But because of multiple collisions and binary exponential backoff algorithm, a station may take enormously long time to get access of the medium. And if a station is unfortunate, it may not get the access at all. So in such a situation, that unfortunate station will not be able to send data. This is not acceptable in factory automation. What is needed is within some worst case time, medium should be accessible. Control signals have to be sent within certain time frame, otherwise it will not work. Second problem that was observed is the CSMA-CD being fair, gives equal access, equal opportunity to all the stations. In other words, it does not allow priority, but priority is needed whenever there are some stations which are sending real-time traffic, real-time data, and some stations are sending ordinary data. In other words, lack of priority scheme is another drawback of the CSMA-CD protocol. Question is, what is the alternative? One viable alternative is to use the round-robin approach based on token passing. But the token ring, which is the natural topology for token passing, has a very strong weakness. The weakness is it is vulnerable to failure. If a link fails, the ring does not work, or if a node fails, even then the topology, the ring does not work. In other words, that protocol, token passing protocol, fails if either a ring, either a node or station or a segment or cable fails. So the General Motors and other people were neither happy with the token ring topology. So what was being done by IEEE? They proposed a scheme which provides the best of both the worlds. It gives the robustness of 802.3, CSMA-CD bus, at the same time it gives deterministic performance of token ring, and the protocol is known as IEEE 802.4 token topic of. Let us see how it works. The IEEE 802.4 works in this way. It has got a bus through which communication takes place. These are the terminators, as you know, and there are a number of stations, say A, B, C, D, E, and F. Let's assume there are 6 stations connected to the bus. This and the usual way it can be connected. We know how it can be done. Now, how the communication is done? Although the basic approach is broadcasting, say station wants to send some data to some of the stations, one of the stations on this bus, it simply puts it on the bus. And since it is a broadcast medium, the signal is heard by all the stations, can be received by all the stations connected to the bus. But what is being done? A logical ring is formed. What is that? Each station has some kind of logical ring So this is the logical ring has been formed. That means station A has a predecessor B and successor of station A is E. Similarly, the successor of station E is D. I have intentionally excluded station C and E. Why? It will be clear to you very soon. Similarly, the successor of D is B. In other words, each station has a predecessor station and a successor station. Whenever a station wants to send a token, it sends it on the bus with the destination address of this successor, and it acquires the token and then it sends it. So we can say that it is a physical bus, but it is forming a logical ring. How the logical ring is being implemented? Each station is having information about predecessor and a successor. For example, for station A, the predecessor is equal to station B and successor is station E. That information is available, is present in each of these nodes. Now, how the communication take place? The communication take place by sending alternate transmission of packet or token and data. Suppose station A is having the token. If station A has token, it has the right to send data. So it will send the data on this bus to the destination node. And after the data transmission is over, it will send the token on the bus and with the destination node E, because the successor is E, and E will acquire the token. So data packet followed by token packet followed by data packet, and in this way it goes on alternately. So alternate token and data transmission takes place on the bus. Now, this particular protocol has, as we know, the logical link layer is common to all the 3 standards, IEEE 802.3, 2.4 and 2.5, the token ring, which we shall discuss in the next lecture. So the physical layer and medium access physical sublayer and medium access control sublayer we shall consider for 802.4. Let us see what are the functions performed by the medium access control sublayer. The logical link control sublayer is common to all the 3 protocols as I have told. Now the medium access controller sublayer has got 4 important functions which are implemented by 4 entities. The first one is known as IFM or interface machine. This IFM interface machine acts as some kind of interface between the LLC sublayer and the access control machine, which is heart of this medium access control sublayer. We shall discuss in detail the function of this ACM's machine, access control machine. Now, what the IFM does? It provides the access points to the LLC sublayer through which it receives the packet from upper layers, and that packet is passed on to the ACM for further processing, that access control machine for further processing. And it also provides buffers LLC sublayer requests, and also it performs it maps the LLC QoS, quality of service, and maps it to the medium access control view. That means the quality of service that is desired by LLC has to be interpreted in terms of the medium access control service, and that is being done by this interface machine, IFM or interface machine. Now, this ACM or access control machine, as I told, is the heart of this sublayer. It performs many functions. We shall consider it in more detail later. First, let us consider what is being done by transmit machine and the receive machine. As it is clear from this diagram, transmit machine has the responsibility for assembling packet, assembling a frame, or it performs the encapsulation. We shall see the detailed format of the frame. Encapsulation, it does the addition, that means for the purpose of framing, it does the addition of the SD, starting delimiter, end delimiter, the frame check sequence, and so on. It also performs transmission on the transmission to the lower layer. On the other hand, the receive machine receives a frame from the physical layer. It identifies the starting delimiter, end delimiter. With the help of this frame check sequence, it identifies whether there is any error or not, and then it passes on to the IFM if it corresponds to a LLC frame. On the other hand, if it is a different kind of frame, it passes on to the access control machine. So before I discuss the access control machine in detail, let us consider the functions performed by the transmit machine and receive machine, that is encapsulation and decapsulation. To understand that, you have to understand the format of the frame. The frame has got a preamble, this preamble is of only 1 byte, unlike the 6 bytes that is provided in your 802.3. Here it is only 1 byte that is used for the purpose of synchronization, as we know. Then there is a 1 byte starting delimiter, SD, starting delimiter, which is also needed to indicate that a frame is being started. And similarly, it has got the FC or frame control. This is a new addition to this 802.4, which is not present in 802.3. This is also 1 byte. This frame control, we shall discuss in detail the various functions performed with the help of this frame control field, which is of 1 byte. Then it allows you to provide destination address and source address. Each of them can be either 2 byte or 6 byte. In this case, it allows either the use of only 2 bytes for both or 6 bytes for both. Then there is a LLC field. That means the data that is being received from the upper layer, and the size of this varies from 0 to 8182 bytes. If it uses 2 byte source address and destination address, or the maximum size can be 8174 byte if 6 byte address is used. So depending on 2 byte address or 6 byte address that is being used, the maximum size can be either 8182 bytes or 8174 bytes. Then it is followed by a frame check sequence, which ending delimiter. The frame is encapsulated. The beginning of a frame and end of a frame is marked. So there is no need for a length field as it was provided in 802.3. Now regarding the frame control bits, we shall come later. And so what the transmit machine does, this transmit machine receives this part from the upper layer. It adds these fields, the starting delimiter, ending delimiter, starting address, destination address, source address, then the frame control and the frame check sequence, which is computed based on the technique that we have discussed earlier, and this frame is then transmitted, passed on to the physical layer, and the physical layer sends it through the channel. Similarly, the receive machine receives this frame. It identifies the starting delimiter, ending delimiter, checks the error with the help of this frame check sequence, and if it is not for any control purpose, it is passed on to the LLC sublayer through the interface machine. On the other hand, if it has to perform some control operations, it passes on to the access control machine. So you see that it can be either passed on to the access control machine, or it can be passed on to the interface LLC sublayer through the interface machine, depending on the requirement, which will be clear very soon. Now let us come to the function of this access control machine. Functions of the ACM, access control machine. This particular engine or machine decides when to place a frame on the bus through the transmit machine. It cooperates with other station access control machines. As we know, in a layered network, the communication is peer to peer. So two access control machines, one of source, another of destination, communicates, and that is being provided with the help of the ACM. Then it also performs logical ring maintenance. And the logical ring maintenance function can be broadly divided into 4 types. What are the functions? Number one is addition to the ring, deletion from the ring, third is fault management, fourth is ring initialization. Let us see how these functions are performed one after the other. First of all, let us consider the simplest one, the deletion from the ring. Deletion from the ring. How this can be done? Here, for example, there is a station B. This station B wants to come out of the ring. Because it has no data to send, there is no need to keep it inside the ring. So station B has decided to come out of the ring. How that can be done? As we know, each station has this information, the predecessor station and the successor station. What this station does, it sends a control token, control packet, which is known as set successor. So it sends a set successor packet, and the set successor packet is there are various fields, as I mentioned, there are various frame control field, say frame control, and depending on the content, say all 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, this is known as a claim token, and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, this is select successor. One packet, control packet, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, that is your select successor 2. Then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, that is who follows. Then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, that is your 0, 1, 0, 0, resolve contention. Then 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, that is your token that is being sent and acquired by other stations. And finally 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, that is your set successor. That is what I was talking about. So a set successor frame is sent, packet is sent, that means the frame control field has the value 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and whenever this is being received, what it does, this particular station, it wants to withdraw. It sends a packet to the successor. What it does, it excludes the station and sets the predecessor D. That means station A changes the predecessor from B to D, and that's how B gets logically disconnected, deleted from the ring. So now station A will have, station B will have the station A will have the predecessor D, not B. So this is how a particular station may get deleted from the ring. What are the other functions? Say additions to the ring. For additions to the ring, occasionally a station will solicit successor one frame, and then it will wait for a response window which is equal to 2 tau. Tau is the round trip delay in that particular network, that it is a bus. So what is the maximum round trip delay? That is, round trip delay is twice of the round trip delay. Twice of the round trip delay is used as the response window. And in the response window, if some station wants to join, they will send a set successor packet. They will send a set successor frame, and accordingly it will be included at. So this particular station has sent a frame with solicit successor 1, and this particular station has responded. What this station will do after receiving this set successor frame, it will simply include it by setting this as successor, and in C the A will be the predecessor and E will be the successor. So this is how a new node is included as part of the ring. However, there may be more than one station present who wants to join. In such a case, what will happen? More than one station will respond with that set successor packet. So in such a case, what has to be done? A resolved contention frame will be sent. We have seen that there is a resolved contention frame which will be sent by the station A. After receiving this resolved contention frame, there will be 4 slots, 0, 1, 2 and 3. 4 slots will be there, and each station generates some random number with values 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Depending on what is the number, they will respond in one of these 4 slots. And if there is no contention, then a station will be added to the ring. So in this way, at a time, one station is added to the ring. Let us now consider the other functions. Third function is, say, ring initialization. In the beginning, when the system is powered on, the station with the highest address starts transmission, and it sends it to the next station with the next highest address. So depending on the address, one after the other, to the successive stations it is being done. However, what can happen in between when the system is working? A station with a token fails. So a station with a token goes down. So there is no token circulating. So each station has a timer. It waits for certain duration, and if it finds that there is no activity on the ring, then the station sends what is known as a frame is sent which is known as claim token. We have seen there is a claim token frame control field with this value 00000000, this frame is sent. And after receiving this claim token, if nobody responds, then that station generates a token, sends it to its successor. So in this way, the ring can be initialized or a new token can be generated when the token is lost. Now, the last function is fault management. There are several possibilities. One possibility is that there are more than one token. How this can happen? A station holding a token finds that already there is a token on the bus. That means some other station has transmitted a token, although a station is holding a token. It should not usually happen in normal situation, but because of some fault or some misbehavior of some of the stations, duplicate token is present, more than one token is present. In such a case, the station which monitors that a token is being transmitted by some, if the station is having two token, by this discarding, it becomes from 2 to 1. If more than two tokens are present, similar situation will happen sometime later, and again one of the two tokens will be discarded. So ultimately there will be only one token present in the ring. Now, sometimes what can happen, a station has sent, say a station has sent a packet, say A has sent a packet to its successor C, but C has not responded. Then what will happen? That means a packet has been sent to a station and there is no response. Then what the station does, after waiting for that window time, that 2 tau, it sends another token. Another token is sent. That means token is sent twice. Even when there is no response, it sends a who follows frame. Who follows is another special frame. This is the frame with 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 in the control field, frame control field. And after receiving that who follows frame, some station will send a will respond with that what is that? That is your set successor packet. So it will send a set successor frame, and if it is present, then it will the station which has sent this who follows frame will include that station as its successor. It has lost its immediate successor, so now it will add this as its own successor. However, if no station responds, it again sends a solicit successor 2 frame. This solicit successor 2 frame is sent, and after whenever it sends it twice, 2 attempts are made. This who follows is also sent twice, and even after 2 attempts, if no station responds, that means some catastrophic situation has occurred. And in such a situation, that access control machine will generate some kind of error message indicating that some catastrophic situation has taken place. So this is how the access control machine performs various fault management. Another important function that is being provided by token bus is the priority. priority classes. It provides 4 priority classes. Zero, 2, 4 and 6. Logically you can assume that each station is divided into 4 substations. So when a token comes, it is sent to the substation with priority 6, because 6 has the highest priority, 2 and 6 has data to send, it sends it, and there is a maximum time which is known as token holding time. So priority 6 frames are sent corresponding to the within the token holding time for priority 6. And after that, if any time is left, then it is sent to the substation 4, and if there is any frame of priority 4, that is being sent. So in this way, each station will get the token holding time for priority 6, and it gets a guaranteed fraction of bandwidth for each of these nodes or stations. And as a consequence, you can send this is being provided to high priority traffic. This can be explained with the help of this flowchart. If a station gets a token, it checks whether class 6 data are there or not there, present or not present. If it is yes, it checks whether the timer has expired or not, then it sends frame is sent. If however there is no priority 6 data to be sent, it goes to the substation 4, which and checks whether class 4 data to be sent or not. If yes, it checks the corresponding timer has expired or not, and if there is any data to send, it sends it. Then it again checks. In this way it goes on sending the class 4 data. Whenever that is over, it goes to substation 2 and checks whether class 2 data to be sent or not, and in this way it goes to class 0 to send, class 0 data to send. So 4 different substation, and if more data is there, then it stops there, passes the token to the next station. However, if it has no data to send and still it wants to stay in the ring or not, that is being checked, then the token is sent. However, if it does not want to stay in the ring, we know how the station can withdraw from the ring, and that can be done by using a set successor frame to the predecessor. So it sends a set successor to the predecessor, and accordingly that particular station can be taken out of the ring. So we have seen with the help of priority class how the priority scheme is introduced with the help of the timers. Let us now come to the physical layer. We have discussed the various functions of the medium access control sublayer. What is being done by the physical layer? Physical layer uses 75 ohms broadband. Let me use this chart. is already there. It uses 75 ohm broadband CATV cable, and it uses analog modulation schemes. There are three possibilities. Number one is single channel phase continuous frequency shift keying. In this particular mode, data rate is 1 megabits per second, and the two frequencies that can be used in frequency shift keying are 6.25 megahertz and 3.27 megahertz. We have already discussed how the frequency shift keying modulation can be done earlier. Then the second alternative can be either 5 or 10 megabits per second, and the corresponding frequencies are 5 and 10 megahertz for 5 megabits per second, 10 or 12 megahertz for 10 megabits per second, and the third alternative is multi-channel, multi-level duo-binary AM FSK, and it allows data rates of 1, 5 and 10 megabits per second. Three alternatives. And then corresponding frequencies that are being used for modulation are 1.2, 6 and 12 megahertz depending on the data rates of 1, 5 and 10 megabits per second. So these are the functions of the perform. This is how the physical layer functions. Before I conclude our discussion on token bus, that 802.4 token bus, I should point out one important aspect of this particular protocol. You must have noticed that it is a very complex protocol. Each station has to maintain 10 timers and a state machine with 20 states, and as a consequence the overhead of this token bus overhead for implementing this protocol is quite high, and it imposes a large burden on the stations, and as a consequence later on we shall see the performance is not very good when the throughput the offered load is low. That we shall discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.